And there were many who have shared their knowledge and the wisdom. And one scientist, he was from IIT and IARI. They were also talking about the soilless technologies. And what I felt that they were the users, and more or less they had worked on the agricultural aspects. And I, being an engineer from the electronics background, so I thought of covering this topic, how to design these systems, basically, how to design the systems being an electronics engineer. So that is today my focus area. And this is the, you can say, the picture of the hydroponics of the lettuce that we have grown in Dr. Y.S. Parmar University. On my first slide, you can see this is how the lettuce being grown and in the cups. So today we will cover two aspects, hydroponics and the aquaponics. Aquaponics is, I think, new technology which is not being covered yet in this program. And then I will take the case studies, whatever we have developed, how we developed, what the problems we have faced in the field for that, and how we come out from those problems. These are the things which I want to discuss with you people. So Ashwini, how many participants are there right now? How many have joined?
It is 55, sir.
Okay, okay. And I thought most of them are from faculties, or they are research scholars from the engineering colleges?
Not really, but few of them are school teachers also. But most of them are faculty. Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. No problem, no problem. Then I will try to. Today's my objective is to bring each one present here about an awareness methodology of cultivation called soilless cultivation. Now, my motive is that the lockdown is going on and everybody, we are stuck at our homes. Now, first motive at this stage is that so that we may learn something, so that at least we can start a 10 plants system, very simple system at your home. Okay, this is my main motive. Either you can try a money plant, but this is my motive. And to educate this technology, to educate how this technology can play an important part in helping conserve water and yet drive results of the unimaginable magnitudes. This we will discuss when we will when I will present the results, how much water can be saved, how we can go towards this technology, and to develop a positive attitude towards the soilless cultivation as to spread the knowledge and increase the cultivation by encouraging the people. Now today we all say we are all, you can say, working on a soil technologies, and this is the new paradigm, and we are working since 2012 in this field, and I have seen that this technology has not been adopted, and right now in urban cities it is widely adopted, but in rural areas where the production is required, this is very less. So with these programs we are advertising it so that these programs can go to the grassroots level. So this is our main motive, and I think till now you all have gone through many presentations, and every expert has discussed the crisis in your agriculture system. That water crisis is there, land crisis is there, and the thing is that your land and water, they are the limited resources and are depleting day by day, and your population, it is going increasing, and a report is there by 2050 the world population expects to surpass 10 billion people, means 34% higher than now. Now you can imagine how with these limited resources you can feed the 34% population which is there. And these are the things which led to us, which pushed to us towards these technologies, so that we can make a sustainable agricultural growth and everybody gets the food. And according to FAO report, the high concentration of people has major socio-economic ramifications, food production, supply, and security issues which require closer examination. So we can say in 2050, additional 60 to 70% global production will need to feed the more urban and larger population. Now you can see how the gap between the demand and supply will be there. Now we have to think it of that how we fill this gap between the demand and the supply. So if I talk about the very you can say common thing is that agriculture and critical enabler of national growth. It's a 65% agriculture. In agriculture, you can say 85% of water is water supply, and 65% of agriculture, it depends on groundwater. And you can imagine that how the groundwater is depleting. And now what people have started, they have started, even the industries, what they have done, industries, industries, they have put the bores into the boring system into the earth, and they are, you can say, pumping the water, which is rejected water into your groundwater, and it is being mixed. Now, even it is not safe to use the groundwater. And groundwater table is declining at over, if I say, average 33% per year in most of the places, and probably the highest in the world. In India, it is highest in the world because we are using groundwater very haphazardly and making 60% of it critically depleted in 15 to 20 years. Most of the areas of India is under a very alarming situation right now that the water resources, they are going to be depleted. So this is on my right side, extreme right and top side. This is the map which is on the scale of low to extremely high. And this scale, you can see here that India, 30 number, here India is there. And India is on the extremely high scale where water is going to be depleted. So now time has arrived that we have to think towards the resources, and I have shown a bird where bird is, you can say, quenching the thirst from the tap, and the water is not coming. So this scene may happen soon. So then what is the solution? As I have discussed earlier, that we have limited water resources, limited land resources, because land is not going to be increased. It is day by day, it is being cut into pieces, and urbanization is going on. With this urbanization, your land under cultivation, it is decreasing. So solution is we have to conserve water in agriculture, and this is acceptable that water has to be conserved. And another aspect is, with increasing population, with increasing demand, you have to increase the production. Now, how you can make a trade-off between a available land and the production? So you have to adopt some modern cultivation farming technologies and the tools based on which you can say that some sort of balance can be maintained. Okay. Then if we want the solution, then we can talk about all these modern soilless technologies. These are the modern soilless technologies. And in this, precision irrigation is one of them. And precision irrigation, it is, many scientists have talked about the drip irrigation. And right now, what we are doing is we are just flooding the whole field, and the water it is required by the plants is, let's say, at the last is 10 liters for the whole crop. But what we are doing is we are irrigating that field, and for that field where 10 liters of water is required, we are giving 100 liters, means 10 times more water we are. And another thing is we can think of hydroponics and the aeroponic systems. And next is the aquaponics, which is the combination of fishiculture and the hydroponics. And today's our talk will focus on hydroponics and the aquaponics, and somehow knowledge about the aeroponics. And you can see on my right side, there is the picture where you can see potatoes are being grown, and this is the example of the aeroponics technology. So what is soilless agriculture? Soilless agriculture can be defined as growing vegetables in greenhouse systems in solid environments other than soil, which is enriched by nutritional solutions. Now, here I want to say, maybe those who are from the agriculture background, they can well imagine that Just repeat. Is it visible, Ashwini ji? Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And one thing I want to know from your side, are you getting this topic interesting, or what do you think?
What do you think?
Sir, it is
Okay.
very important for us and it will be very interesting.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Pooja ma'am. And this is the soilless agriculture. And now, first thing which we talk about the hydroponics. What the hydroponics means, and it is the word is hydroponics. It technically means working with water, stemming from the, it's a stemming Latin words, and it's a hydro means water and ponos means labor. You have to do the labor in the water basically, and it's a subset of hydroculture and is a method of growing plants using mineral nutrient solutions in water without soil. Now we will see how we can plan these solutions, how we can design the systems for these solutions. Now this hydroponics concept, this is the concept. Basically, it's not a new concept. The principle of hydroponics is known to everybody. Means if I can talk about across the world, the countries which are cold countries, they are doing hydroponics and aquaponics. And but in India, nobody thought of doing this thing. And why? Because right now, whatever the equipments we are getting, all are being imported either from the Israel, either from the Australia. They are being imported. So then we thought of, and a mandate come to us that you have to design a hydroponic system, and where we can get the experiment that whether this thing is adaptable in Indian environment or not. So with this mandate, we started working on this technology. And why the hydroponics is, it overcome poor soil conditions like salinity, rocky, sand, gravel. Now, see, whenever we continuously use, we start pumping the, you can say urea, all these things, we start spraying the soil, then either in your greenhouses, then the problem persists in the soil. So they have to either change the soil or they have to treat the soil. So here there is no such thing available, and it is very safe. And then shrinkable of arable lands. Now where the land is shrinking, I have already discussed. Then this is a solution which can meet your demand and supply. And other reasons are, it takes up to 50% less land to grow the same amount of crops. Now, when I will discuss my design, then I will show you how it grows, and how the number of plants can be, you can say, raised. Then 30 to 50% faster growth than soil-based systems. Exactly, this is very accurate. And efficient utilization of nutrients. Right now, what people are doing, they are spraying, or they are, you can say, mixing the nutrients into the water, and that field is being flooded with that nutrient-rich water. And your plant, it requires, let's say, 20 ml of the nutrient-rich solution, and now you are giving 100 ml. It's a wastage of resources as well as your money. So that's why we can say that the people who are into the agriculture, they are their pocket, it is being their much money is being getting out from their pockets, and it is being wasted. And 90% less water usage. This I will also explain in the experiment that I have conducted, and how the water we have taken. With 500 liters of water, we have taken the complete crop. And this is 100% organic. Organic system is there. Only nutrients you have to add. Those who are from the agriculture field, they all know that 60 nutrients are required for a plant. And from those 60 nutrients, hydrogen and oxygen, you can get it from the soil or from the environment, because when you water your plants, it is broken into hydrogen and the oxygen. And rest of the nutrients either in the soil or either in the hydroponic system, you have to supply either your NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, okay, your calcium, magnesium, all these elements, these quantities, primary and the secondary nutrients for these you have to supply. And here, since what we have seen is this cultivation, it is done in a polyhouse, so less pesticides, very less pesticides are required, zero pesticides I can say. And of course, when the production will increase, then farmers' income also increase. So various types of systems have been developed. Systems are available in the market. And today we will discuss the pros and cons of these systems, how which type of systems are required, which system you can design at the home for you from your own, and these things. Now, there are two types of the systems, active and the passive systems. In the passive system, you does not recirculate the nutrient solution. There is no pump, nothing else. It is a simple, you can say, solution. A simple solution is being put into the your tub, and without any pump, the solution is being supplied. Either it is with the gravity principle or whatever you may call. So these are of two types, wick and water culture, that we will again discuss. And an active system does recirculate the nutrient solution with the pump. You can say active solutions, they are the closed loop systems and are actively involved, where fully automated systems can be designed for all these systems. And right now, where production systems are being required, then you can use the active systems, and your passive systems can be used in your homes. It is very cheaper to make all these systems. So now passive hydroponics with the wick systems. Wick system, you can see that I have shown it in the picture also. This is one of the, you can say, money plant is grown either in the water. In the first picture, it is being shown where a money plant and some sort of, you can say, material which is being used to hold the plant is being used. And nutrient solution is drawn into the growing medium from the reservoir with a wick. Now you can see in the second picture, where this is the on the bottom right hand side, where you can see a wick system is there. What I have done is a nutrient solution is placed. It is manually, you can say, prepared, and it is placed. And we have used the wicks. Wicks, you know that a sort of ropes are there, which can, you can say, with capillary effect, that can take your solution up towards the roots of the of your plant. Okay, means a small ropes are there, and these can be wet with capillary action. They can take the nutrient rich solution to the roots of the plants, and your plants, it can flourish. And but the drawback of this system is that say like your plants that are larger or use larger amounts of water may use up the nutrient faster than the wicks. Now, if I talk about the example that is given here as a money plant, your one money plant or two money plant stems, it can be feed by using this system. But if I have to give such a big system where the nutrient solution requirement is higher, suppose at the time of fruiting, at the time of flowering, your nutrient solutions, it requires the higher nutrients, your plants require the higher nutrients, then this system fails. So then we have to thought of another system. Another system is the passive hydroponics system, and in this is the water culture system. And in water culture, what we are doing, you can see here. Second, just go to the second picture, which I have given here at the bottom. And here I have filled the reservoir with the nutrient-rich water, and we use the platform made of styrofoam that holds the plants and usually floats directly on the nutrient solution. Now you can see the lettuce crop is there, and it directly floats on the nutrient solution. There is no need of motor, there is no need of pumps. One, it is filled, your crop, it is going on. And you can see on the first picture also, this is also given on your first picture. and the choice for fast growing loving plants like lettuce. Now, if somebody is planning to grow the plant for the leafy vegetables, specifically for the leafy vegetables, then this system is best. Okay, so and we will discuss this thing in the aquaponics also, how the fishy culture can be converted into this water culture. And it is very expensive system can be made of an inexpensive system can be made of an old aquarium or other watertight containers. Now, when we will discuss the fishy culture, then we will take how we can make such system. Okay, with this. And drawback is doesn't work well with large plants. Now, suppose there are certain plants, tomato, cucumber, these are the plants which require very less water. And it is required for those systems which are, you can say, leafy kind of vegetables which require large amount of water and which remains, you can say, wet throughout their crop period. So for this purpose, this system is required, and for crops like tomato, cucumber, this is a failure. Another big problem in this system is the oxygenation problem. Now you see that the styrofoam plates are there. Whenever you cover this whole water with the styrofoam, then the oxygen present in the water, this oxygen, it depletes, and your plant, it starts dying. So you have to take care that some oxygenation such in such environment. Now, next is the active hydroponic system. I have taken very small example from your household. And first, this is the drip systems. I think many researchers and many scientists, they have explained the drip system, and I will not take much time on this, but I want to show you one thing that I have taken one pot. You can see here on the bottom right hand side, and one tubing I have taken, and one bottle I have, you can say, is being used. This is very common today nowadays on the, you can say, Facebook or social media, this technology. Now you can see what we people generally do early in the morning. In my house also, I have many plants I have grown. And generally, I wake up in the morning, I fill my bucket with the water, and with mug, I put one mug, you can say 1 liter of water into my plant pot. What happens? Sometimes the water, it drains out, okay? And if overwatering persists, if overwatering comes into your plant, then with this flooding situation, your plant roots, it develops the, you can say, the fungus like diseases. So your plant will slowly die. Okay, so now you can see for whole day your plant is, with this technology, your plant is getting the water, but for complete day it is not taking 1 liter of water. Even with 1/4 liter of water, your plant will survive, and it will, you can say, flourish very perfectly. So this is your drip irrigation, where you can say drop by drop we are giving the water to the plant. Next is the NFT, nutrient film technique. Very important technique, widely being used, and we have developed such systems for the NFT. We are providing the consultancies. This is widely used for the productions. And now today, you can say the smart farmers, those progressive farmers, they are adopting this technology. So what we are doing here is, you can see the first picture. Now, this is the system most people think of when they think of the hydroponics. Now here what we are doing is, the constant flow of nutrient solution is pumped into the growing tray and flows over the roots of the plants. NFT systems are very susceptible to power outages. These are the disadvantages, and pump failures. The roots dry out very rapidly when the flow of the nutrient solution is interrupted. Now what we are doing in this technology, what I have seen, I have, you can say, a reservoir is there where I have prepared the nutrient solution, the concentration, whatever is required, because agriculture scientists, they prepared this nutrient solution with their concentrations. And, or I can say that the ready-made solutions like Hognett solutions are coming. You can use those solutions at your house. So here, what I am doing is I have used one pump. Now this pump is, you can say, pumping the nutrient solution into the gully. Now grow tray or the gully is there where the plants, they are, you can say, where your plants, they are, they reside, and the roots of your plants, these are being wetted by using this solution, and again the solution is coming back. Now you can see this is the closed loop solution. Now your solution is coming back again to the reservoir, and the air pumping is given for the, you can say, for oxygenation, and this process goes on. It goes on continuously, and perfectly you can get the crop. Here you can, I can say, you can either get the leafy vegetables, you can get the tomato, you can get the cucumber. So this technology is widely used. And but the thing is that for this technology, you have to provide the redundant systems. Redundant systems means either you have to provide the redundant pump, because if your main pump failed, then another pump should be there so that the nutrient solution can be fed to the roots of these. Okay. And second thing is power supply. Power supply is always required. So what we are suggesting is, for these systems, either you can switch towards the solar systems, or we generally provide the, where large systems are there, we generally provide the generators, and where small systems are there, then your inverters, they can take care of all these things, because very small pumps or motors like your cooler pumps can be used for the household items. Now, your third system in this is the aeroponics. Now, what is the difference between NFT and the aeroponics? Now you see, this is the water culture like system. Now here I have shown you that on the right hand side picture, you can see, are you looking at this picture, the upper picture on the right hand side?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So what I have used the polyethylene. This is the sheet, polyfoam. I have used that sheet, and the reservoir is filled, not filled. This reservoir, you can say, it is empty, and I have used the pipeline, and where I have, you can say, put the nozzles, and these nozzles, they spray the nutrient solution. Now you can see that in NFT system, this is the system where you can grow the crops which are above the roots. है ना, ये आप देख रहे हैं ना, you can see the lettuce crop is being grown in the bottom picture.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and suppose if somebody says, sir, I have to grow carrots, I have to grow cabbage, I have to grow potato, then what I can do? Then this system will fail. Now you see the difference between the systems. Now everybody talking about the hydroponics, but people don't know which crop they want to grow and what kind of system where the market is. So somebody says to the expert, sir, I need the hydroponic system, and मेरे जैसा कोई आता है वो आपको NFT लगा के चला जाए, पता चले, and then I came to know कि sir आपने तो ये system बना दिया, इसमें तो I am not going able to grow my potatoes, sir. So then either it is my duty to ask that guy, sir, which kind of system you required and what is your targeted crop. Okay, and based on that, or either I will design it on my own. Then after designing the system, that person, he says, sir, you have done a blunder, I have invested so much money and now I am getting only 2 potatoes. Okay, now you can see the difference between the potatoes. Here there is a bunch of potatoes, and where you are getting 2 potatoes. Okay, so here the system, most high-tech type of hydroponic gardening. This is very highly technology, you can say high-tech system. Growing medium is primarily air. It is grown in the air, and you can see below this sheet, under this sheet, how many number of potatoes are there. Again, I will tell you one case study in this. Then a timer controls the nutrient pumps, much like other type of hydroponic systems, except the aeroponic. Okay, and short cyclic intervals. Now here I want to discuss one system which was developed and at CPRE, Central Potato Research Institute, is there in Jalandhar. Maybe few of you know about that institute. It is under IARI, Indian Agriculture Research Institute, from where most of the scientists have delivered their talk. And we were one of the, you can say, I was one of the member in that system which was developed. And now that organization till date have sold about 10 to 15 crores of potato seed. What they are doing is aeroponic system. They are not using this aeroponic system for sale of potato, you can say, in mandis. What the, you can say, farmers are using, or what we are getting at our home. Okay, vegetable, you are making the potato vegetables. They have used this system for making the potato seed, and the seed which is being developed by this technology using tissue culture. Yesterday one scientist was talking about the tissue culture, and the seed which is being developed by this tissue culture, this seed, they sell it about ₹10 per kg. And the seed, you can see one seed, one potato, the size, it remains almost same for each and every potato. Okay, otherwise whenever the, you can say, the potato, you can get the seed from other people who are who are not into the hydroponic system. Either potato size is small or it is big, but this is, you can say, maximum disease free seed. And in advance, 1 year in advance, they book this potato seed. Farmers book the potato seed, and suppose somebody, see, there is a back noise. Please, I request you to please switch it off to unmute this background noise. It is on my noise, and please.
I guess Dr. Minaz should have other mic is on. Please switch off the mic.
Ji, sir, please, because I get very much disturbed with this noise. Okay, I think they may have gone somewhere by switching on the system. So, this is what the farmers do there. You can say 1 year advance booking is there. And if I book the potato, you can say potato seed, 10 quintals of potato seed is booked by me. I will, on the, you can say, my delivery date, I can get 9 quintal. Okay, 9 quintals of, I can get the seed if I have booked 10 quintal, but I will not get 10 quintals, one piece of potato more. You can see how the neck to neck production is being there. Okay. And next is the EBB and flow type of systems. These systems very or not, you can say, so popular. And it works where you temporarily flood your, you can say, it is there where you temporarily flood your reservoir. You can see, and the solution or your reservoir is filled, and you put your pots into this reservoir. And system works by temporarily flooding the grow tray with nutrient solution and then draining the solution back into the reservoir. वो फिर उसमें वापस आता रहता है. And this technology, it is not preferred, and ये technique है, but generally people not prefer. Only 2 techniques are preferred. One is aeroponics, another one is NFT. Commercially, these 2 technologies are adopted. And now this hydroponic solution, how I think we have already discussed, it is very water efficient. I already told you, with 500 liters of water, we have taken 108 plants of lettuce crop. And after that, you can say with that 500 liters, in that 450 or 400 liters water left with us. And for, you can say, 2 or 3 months it was with us. Then 30 to 50% faster growth, fewer infections. It is there that we are not using the pesticides. It is very versatile technology. fully organic produce, because you see right now what happens is everybody, we are going to the market and we see that okay, there are green vegetables are there, and vegetables looks very green to you people, and you say okay भैया ये वाला दे दो, ये बहुत अच्छा है, तुम्हारा ये वेजिटेबल अच्छा नहीं है, क्यों? क्योंकि वो धोया नहीं होता है या उस पे वैक्सिंग नहीं की होती. And what we are eating ultimately, we are eating the poison. And why the reason I shifted from the medical towards the agriculture, I have seen that the way to medical ailments, it goes through whatever you eat. So if we eat pure things, then your way towards the medical ailments, it will be diverted. You can say it will be stopped. Now, how it can be stopped? It is not possible for you people, every person, to purchase you can say a piece of land, grow your own vegetables and all these things. It is not possible because we are very, you can say, busy in our life today. But these such systems can be adopted where at your dining table, you grow the lettuce at your own home, and in salad at the evening, you serve your family at least this organic food, so that your body, it can say that now, yes, I have taken something different. And the aroma of this thing, it is totally different from what you are getting from the market. This is my main target here, to show you all these things. Now, what is the basic requirements? If I have to design automated hydroponic system, then what is the basic requirements? Because household systems are that you can see in household systems, what you need is a small container, a small pump, your cooler pump, you just give it supply, and you start feeding the nutrient solutions. Can you give me 1 minute, sir? Please give me 1 minute, audience. I just have to take water. Okay?
Sure, sir,
Just share
please.
me for 1 or 2 minutes.
It is very interesting and useful talk, sir.
Sir, this is the thing which I started in 2012, and right from that day, we have been associated with systems. So, we are, you can say, very young organization. CDEC, if I told you CDEC, it was established in, just give me, sir, 2-3 minutes.
Sure, sir.
I can tell you one story about the CDEC. Just a background to all the, you can say, participants, what CDEC is, maybe mostly know. CDEC is Center for Development of Advanced Computing. It is under Ministry of Information Technology. And primarily in 1987, I will go slightly take 2 or 3 minutes. In 1987, supercomputer was denied to India by the US. At the time, the supercomputers, they were used for your warfare systems, for missile systems, it was used. And being, you can say, it was denied, then the government decided why not to set up a institute which can make their own supercomputer. So in 1988, a mandate was given to the CDEC, and it was established under the dynamic leadership of Professor Bhatkar, the founder, you can say, of this CDEC. And almost in 1991, they developed a supercomputer within 3 years, and it was handed over to the government. And now you can see all these supercomputers. Not the supercomputer, it was the fastest computer at that time, which CDEC had developed. And now you can see all your IITs, they are getting the supercomputers, and you are getting the simulations, where biological simulations, where you can say data is, it's an infinite kind of data is there. It is being computed on all these supercomputers, and your weather stations, where you are getting the data from the satellites. There, the developed systems of CDEC, this supercomputer, it is being used, and an algorithm being designed by the scientists of the CDEC. And regarding we have 12 centers in all over India, and I am in Mohali Center. And here in Mohali Center in 1992, we from CEDTA merged into the CDEC. And here primarily we were the education institute. Then the mandate came from the ministry that, okay, you are doing the education system, you are into academics, now you have to shift towards the R&D also. So I joined in 2006, and when I joined in name of R&D, even there was not a single soldering iron. and we built a team in 2010. Almost we got the first project that is related to medical. Then the, you can say, with my HOD Dr. Jaspal Singh ji, at that time the directors were there. Now our director Dr. PK Khosla sir is there. He is from DRDO TBRL, and with their support now we have established such a big system that till date we have executed worth 15 crore projects in my lab. And you can say 3 to 4 crore projects are in pipeline, and we are waiting for 2 more projects which are being, you can say, at the stage of approval for the funding. So means we started from the scratch, and now we reach at this place. So okay, back to this. This is the hydroponic system, and if you have to design it at the home, then it is very simple. You can take one, you can say, a reservoir. You just put your this cooler pump into it, and mix the nutrients. In market, if you go nutrients, you just ask that guy, sir, give me the NPK liquid solution, and on that solution it is mentioned in how many liters you have to mix that solution, and start doing. This is the first thing which I want everybody to do. And with the knowledge, you will come to know with first crop, second crop, that what I have to do now. Okay, now I will talk about the commercial systems which are being, what it is required. First is the you can say pH. In hydroponic system, in every agriculture, pH is required, just like the human body. Our human body, you can say, the water what we drink is, everybody is saying that drink the water which has which is neutral, means whose pH is 7. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Am I right? Everybody is saying that.
Yes, sir.
Why you can say most of the problems are coming to us because 90% of our you can say body, it contains water. And if you drink contaminated water which with less pH or higher pH, then naturally it affects your body. Okay, same is with nature. If you go near towards the nature where the pH is near to neutral, then that is best for you. Where the electrical conductivity is within the permissible limits, it is best for you. Okay, now pH is means the concentration of hydrogen ions. ठीक है, इलेक्ट्रिकल कंडक्टिविटी क्या है? इलेक्ट्रिकल कंडक्टिविटी इट मेजर्स द सॉल्ट्स या न्यूट्रिएंट्स जो आपके किसी चीज में डिसॉल्व होते हैं. ज्यादा न्यूट्रिएंट हो तब भी तंग करते हैं, कम न्यूट्रिएंट हो तब भी तंग करते हैं, है ना. एंड एक चीज सिंपल सी और है, अगर आपकी बॉडी का पीएच कम या ज्यादा होगा तो जितनी आप चीज खाते हैं, जितने आप न्यूट्रिएंट्स लेते हैं, दीज आर नॉट बीइंग एब्सॉर्ब्ड इनटू योर बॉडी. सेम इज विद द प्लांट्स. ठीक है, तो अपनी बॉडी को भी न्यूट्रल रखो और प्लांट्स को भी न्यूट्रल रखो, उनकी भी पीएच न्यूट्रल रखो. देन क्वालिटी मस्ट बी मेंटेन्ड. जब जैसे जैसे न्यूट्रिएंट सर्कुलेट होता रहता है तो उसकी क्वालिटी मेंटेन करना होता है. इट कैन बी मेंटेन्ड ऑटोमेटिकली, इट कैन बी मेंटेन्ड बाय यू. अगर आपके पास टाइम है तो शाम को एक बार चेक कर लो भी कितना पीएच है और कितना ईसी है, एंड इट्स एनफ. 2 पीसी और पीएच मीटर ले लो जो आई थिंक 500-600 रुपए के आते हैं. इट्स एनफ. एंड आई कैन श्योर कि आपकी क्रॉप अच्छी ग्रो होगी अगर आपका ईसी और पीएच जो है बिल्कुल सही जा रहा है. ठीक है, कुछ देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. Then nutrient solution or the fertilizer mixture used contain all micro and macronutrients necessary for plant growth and development. अब देखो क्या है, हमारी सृष्टि में माइक्रो एंड मैक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स हैं. मैक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स मान लीजिए आपके एनपीके, नाइट्रोजन, फास्फोरस एंड पोटाशियम, एंड बाकी जितने आते हैं उसमें से कुछ आते हैं आपके माइक्रो, जैसे कैल्शियम, मैग्नीशियम, है ना, ये आयरन, ये चीजें. बाकी दीज आर द यू कैन से सेकेंडरी न्यूट्रिएंट्स. तो इनका भी ध्यान रखना. अगर आप एनपीके की कंप्लीट बॉटल ले आओगे तो उसमें आई थिंक सब कुछ होता है. एंड द टेम्परेचर एंड एरेशन ऑफ इनर्ट मीडियम और द न्यूट्रिएंट सॉल्यूशन शुड बी सूटेबल फॉर प्लांट सिस्टम. अब एक चीज यहाँ पे करनी है आपने कि जो आपका सोल्यूशन है उसका टेम्परेचर जरूर मेंटेन होना चाहिए. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो 40 डिग्री जो है उस पर न्यूट्रिएंट सोल्यूशन आप धूप में रख दो और वो गर्म हो गया, देन इट इज नॉट यूजफुल फॉर द प्लांट्स. प्लांट्स आपके दे विल डाई. क्यों? क्योंकि टेम्परेचर बहुत ज्यादा है आपके न्यूट्रिएंट सोल्यूशन का. एंड जो इनर्ट मीडियम यूज करते हो, मान लो आप कोकोपीट या परलाइट कुछ भी यूज कर रहे हो, यू नो द कोकोपीट ना, या कोकोपीट, या आप क्ले बॉल्स यूज करते हैं जिसमें हम बीकर में डाल के उसको प्लांट को सपोर्ट देते हैं, है ना. तो बिफोर यूजिंग दैट सिस्टम वॉश दैट सिस्टम कंप्लीटली, जितना अगर कोकोपीट यूज कर रहे हो उसको एक बार वॉश करके सुखा लीजिए, सो दैट, क्योंकि जब कोकोपीट स्टार्टिंग में आता है उसका पीएच बहुत हाई होता है, जब आप उसको एक बार वॉश कर लेंगे तो उसका पीएच नॉर्मल पे आ जाएगा। अगर आपने डायरेक्टली, इफ यू यूज इट डायरेक्टली इनटू योर सिस्टम, एकदम से आपके पानी की पीएच बढ़ा देगा आपको, ठीक है। So this is the first system which we have developed at, you can say, this is the first system which developed by CDAC Mohali. And this is the automated hydroponic system. This is the block diagram. Can you, everybody can see this diagram? Because I am going to explain it now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is clear.
Yes.
Okay, okay then okay.
Yes, sir.
So now how to design such system, है ना, कि आपको एक commercial system बनाना है तो उसको कैसे आपने डिजाइन करना। So when the project was given to me, at the time I was, you can say, simply electronics engineer, and I was not aware of working more than 5 volts or 12 volts. But while working on the projects now today, the system became such that now we are working on 3-phase, single phase, 5 volt, 10 volt embedded, and this app designing, all these things now we are doing. So this is with time we have developed. So this is the first system. This was the project given to us by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Its cost was 89 lakhs, where we have to develop the system, and I was not aware how to design the hydroponic system, because at the time in 2012 there were no systems in India systems exist in India, and the literature was studied, and from that we came with such a design. And this was the first design which we make, and this was, you can say, a sort of open loop system we designed first. Okay, although I have shown you the block diagram of a closed loop system, but the first system which we designed, it was open loop, where we simply had gone through the EC, pH and temperature monitoring of the solution, and temperature controlling was there. And then temperature monitoring of the, you can say, polyhouse, where it was there. All these things that we have planned. Then we make it a closed loop system. It was indigenously developed. This system was indigenously developed using very 89C51 microcontroller, because we have to keep the cost very, very less at the time. Either we can work on ARM controllers, but it was amended that you have to keep the cost as low as possible, because 89C51 is available for 50 or 60 rupees. So we designed the system. Now this system was developed and installed at Dr. Y.S. Parmar University, Dr. Y.S. Parmar University of Horticulture and Forestry in Solan. It is in Himachal Pradesh, Noni, and Himachal Pradesh government-owned university was there. And what we did is, I will talk from start from the water tank. This was the 5-layer water tank, because to maintain the temperature, either we had to use the electronics in it. Okay, so what we did it, we thought of taking such tanks where some sort of temperature can be maintained, so that we may not use electricity. So 5-layer water tank we have used, and with this water tank, we pump the water into the mixing tank. Now this is again the 5-layer mixing tank, you can see in the middle of this. And there were 3 nutrient solutions, N1, N2, N3, though your primary, secondary and other nutrient solutions. And we have used the solenoid valves, and it was time-based unit, where it was mixed automatically. The nutrient solution was mixed automatically. The agriculture scientist there, he used to make the concentration of the solution, and the timing was set. We give the, you can say, a GUI was designed, where he can put the values after how much value here, after how much time the valve has to be opened, for how much time it has to be opened. Now in this tank, what we planned is, we monitor the EC, pH and the temperature and oxygen here also. And then with the time, what we thought is, we started when the practicals in the winters. And in winters, we face the problem that the temperature there goes beyond 0 degree. It goes sometimes in minus, and it starts freezing. So then we had to, at that time, we had to install the heaters in it so that the optimum temperature, you see, for every crop, 25 to 28 temperature is optimum, or 23 to 28 temperature is very optimum, mostly for all the crops. So we then planned the closed loop heaters, which maintain the temperature level of the solution. And after that, you can see we pumped the nutrient solution here into the gullies which are being there. We have used, this was a very small system, and only 100 plants were there in this system. Now, then we circulate the nutrient solution. And again, what we did is, again, this nutrient solution, it comes back, it comes out of these, you can say, NFT system, and it is being collected here in the 5-layer tank, recycle tank. From there, it is again pumped into the 5-layer tank, okay, nutrient mixing tank. From here, the ECPH values, it takes that whether it is less or more. Based on that, the water is being added, and based on that, the nutrients are being added. Okay, this was the complete solution that we have developed here. So these are the pictures you can see on my right side. This was the site. This is the puff cabin that you are looking, where the whole system was installed. And on the backhand side, a polyhouse was constructed. And here the experiment, it starts where we put the poly bags into the same environment, under same environment conditions, where gullies, hydroponics gullies were there, and growing bags were installed so that we can get the results. And we use the ECPH sensors, temperature monitoring. Dimensions of this system were 15, 17, and 4 meters. 16 gullies we have installed, 108 plants. 1 HP pumps were used. And 5-layer mixing tanks, I think we have already discussed. And it was totally, you can say, for R&D purpose, because earlier there was no system where scientists can take over all the parameters, and based on that they decide based on which crop what parameters are required, what EC, what pH values are required. And it was totally for the scientific purpose this system was designed. And SMS alerts, scientists at the you can say the nodal scientist, he used to get the SMS. Data logging systems, crop management system was there. It was a touch screen. Means we tried to put every feature in this system. Now you can see the snapshot of the crops which we grown there. This is the broccoli. It was grown. Cauliflower, strawberry. You can see the birds of the strawberry and see how healthy strawberry is. This is a lettuce crop. It was grown. And now one video which I want to share with you. This is the it was at very, you can say, early stage we developed. Now we are going to change this video. Just give me, just wait. Just wait.
Please take your time, sir.
Can you able to see this video?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, but it is not being played.
This is the video which we shooted at the, you can say, very early. So maybe you may not get the proper.
It is coming now, sir.
Yes. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And voice is also coming?
No, no, sir.
Okay, means not my voice, the voice within this video. Is it coming?
Sir, please play again.
Just see. Is it coming?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. It is not.
Okay. Then I will explain. Now this is the system where you can see the gullies. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. This is the system where we install the, you can say, these are the horizontal gully systems that we have used. Okay, only one gully is used here. And the plants are grown. This is the cauliflower, it is being grown, and you can see the cups are there. These are the plastic cups which comes, and these plastic cups we put the coco peat in it. Coco peat material is inserted in it so that it can hold the plant. Okay, so this is the gully. Its size is, you can say, it is nearly 10 feet. 10 feet gully is there where 9 plants or 10 plants can be installed at 1 feet of distance. Now you can see this is the tank system which was developed. Now here on left hand side, this tank was a water tank, and just you can say aside of this tank, the water filter is we have used so that the filtered water may be used in this water. And in the center, you can see that there is a mixing tank is there. And above this, there are 3 tanks. You can see the black tanks are there. These are 100-liter tanks. And there is the your primary, secondary, and other nutrients are being there. Can you see this? And in the mixing tank, you can see it is not clear, but you can see a one blue kind of thing is there. This is blue one. A rod is there. Okay. And with that rod, a blue kind of rectangular thing is, it is the motor which is installed so that it can automatically mix the solutions. Because if you don't mix the solutions, either the solutions, it will remain at the bottom or it will remain on the sides of your tank. It will not be diluted into your this tank. So a fan and a motor system is given, and all the sensors are being installed into this tank. EC, pH, temperature, all these sensors are being here. Okay. Just give me time. Let me share it from internet. I think then you can get the voiceover. Can you give me time?
Yes, sir. Please take your time.
Just give me time. So that you may be able to. It would be more clear to you. Okay.
Okay, sir. We will wait.
Let me try. Let me try for this.
Please, sir.
Now I have shared it from YouTube. I think just see if it is visible to you. Is it visible?
Not yet, sir.
This is a YouTube link that I have. Okay, then not to waste the time. I will go to my previous one. Okay, then not to waste the time, because time is very it is running very fast now. Okay, we were here. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then we not waste the time. Okay, we were here, है ना? Okay, I will explain it to you. Now you can see here you can see how the water is being running into these gullies. Okay, just see this frame. Okay, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Some noise is coming from the background. Is it from my?
No, sir. This is from some of the participants. I think Sona Sivam, sir. Please put the mic off.
Okay. Now you can see this is the coco pit which is being used for holding the plants. We have discussed for coco pit many times. Okay. Now this is our building, CDEC building in Kohali Center, from where I am right now presenting this presentation. Now you can see this is the GUI which we have developed here, and this is with touchable kiosk is there where you can get all these things. More closer you can see. Now you can see here. This is the example of vertical farming. Now you can see how vertically within the same space where for 1 square feet where you can grow 2 plants in the soil, here you can grow 6 plants. Okay. This is the vertical system. This is the complete system which tells which motor is on, which pump is off, what is EC, what is pH, what is the temperature, how you are generating the reports. Means everything is coming in real-time manner here, and from here the SMSs are generated. Now here you can see how this water, this is a sprinkle kind of thing which we have planned in the gullies, and the cup is being holding this thing. See, very small plant, it is at the growing stage where the roots, they are being directly, water is being sprayed on the roots of this plant. Now this is the where the overflow water is there. It comes again, it is again collected into your mixing tank. This is the rod of the fan which is used to mix all these solutions. Okay. Thanks for your patience. This was the system that we have developed, and this was the first system. Are you able to hear? You can see this presentation now. We are back to the presentation.
Yes.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. These are the few glimpses of the system that was developed. This is the pumping system where I am explaining with my team. My HOD sir is there in Red Turban. He is Dr. Jaspal Singh. And Dr. Pradeep Chopra, he is the scientist in my team, who is also the, you can say, our funding agency. Sir was the key person who helped us in developing the system. And above right hand side, the farmers are there, which came to know about this technology. This is the workshop which was conducted, and with my HOD sir, Dr. Minhas is there. He is from CPRI, and sir has vast experience of this aeroponic system that I have shown you. Now, this is the experiment that was conducted, and I will not take all the experiments. I will discuss only about the lettuce. Now, for the lettuce, you can see that number of leaves were 29. And in polyhouse, same environment, it was 24, whereas in the field conditions, it was 21. Means for every element, you are getting the higher values. And another thing is that the leaf area, it is bigger than the, you can say, as compared to the other two conditions. And the day to marketable maturity is 35 days, wherever in the field conditions, it is more than double. Means, and the yield is also double. So with all these things, these are the mineral contents that are being, you can say, calculated by the scientists, agriculture scientists. Now, this is the team that we have developed, right side. And these are the lettuce plants, they are grown. And the main thing that you have to see is that we have used the Hoagland solution. Hoagland solution is used so that we get the lettuce, tomato, broccoli, all these things. We try to maintain initially ECPH at 6.5 and 1.8, but sometimes it goes higher at 7.24 and 7.7. And these are about the 7.4 and 7.7 is about in the, you can say, open field and in your polyhouse conditions. And but here pH is maintained 6.52 and 1.8. So you can you can know that how these how it is being helpful. And the production, you can say, it is increased by 87% with the crop within, that is compared within the polyhouse, and 134% crop production is as compared to the soil cultivation. So this is the benefit. Now, based on that, again, there is one institute, that is RHRTS, Regional Horticulture and Research Training Station. They approached us to develop the hydroponic system, but their approach was that, sir, we need such a system which is very rigid, which can last long for 20 years. So I had to plan the system at the time that for 20 years, then I have to make very versatile or rigid hardware so that it can work for 20 years. Then the system which we designed at the Noni system, we have to replace that system. So this is the strawberry crop. They specifically required it for the strawberry crop. It is not the strawberry crop that they have to float it in the market. They have to prepare the seed for the strawberry crop, which they have to sell it out. And in Noni University, we made it for 180 plants, which is a very you can say small system. But here we have to develop the system for almost, you can say, a capacity of 1100 plants. So this was the bigger system, and you can say entire customization was required. That technology, it changes, no doubt. This was the NFT system, You can see the kind of that gullies we have used. These have been changed to circular system, but the electronics it changed thoroughly. It means we have to change whole electronics. So now you can see the system developed here. On my right hand side, you can see the electronic system. Now what changes we have done here? Your kiosk system, which was there, which cost rupees 2 lakhs, it was replaced with you can say 10,000 HMI, human machine interface. If somebody knows about the PLC, we tried it for the PLC system. This was the touch panel system, and you can say SD card was inserted into this so that you may get the readings. Means your whole system, it was replaced in a small cabinet. Okay, whole electronics. And for automated system, now we are not using a huge tanks that we earlier planned upon your nutrient upon your water tanks and the mixing tanks. Here we have used these pumps. These are the, you can say, these are the pumps which can automatically sense and which can give the nutrient solutions whether when the EC falls or your pH falls. These are the peristaltic pumps, and their flow is calculated. Their flow is calculated like that they can give only, you can say, 100 milliliter of solution in 1 minute. Okay, means now the flow is calculated. In earlier system, our flow was not calculated. We were just opening the valve and it was closing. Now it is calculated, flow is there. So this is the main you can say difference. And another thing is, this system we have designed either on the manual or on the automatic mode. If your automatic system fails, then your system, it will not stop working, it will work. Okay, so this was the system, and we executed this consultancy in 10.85 lakhs. This was the consultancy that was provided by you can say by our department. And another technology, because time is going very short, I think suppose we have to finish it by 11. Am I right? Okay.
Yes, sir. And around 11 o'clock, we should wind up.
Okay, then question is there. Okay, no problem. So another technology is aquaponics project. Now I will not go much detail into it because you have the questions also. So this technology is concerned where you can see your global about the food sustainability. Now we have pumped so much of chemicals into our water system, into our water bodies, into our soil, so that everything is contaminated. And in last 20 years, nitrogen used in chemical fertilizer has exceeded by 20 times the nitrogen content in the oceans and brought severe purification to the water bodies. Water bodies में बहुत ज़्यादा problem आ रही है. Means अगर आप कहते हो जी मैं natural water की fish लेके आया हूँ, but have you ever seen कि वो जो fish आपके पास आ रही है, तो वो fish किन conditions में survive हुई है वो? Have you ever thought? Fish तो खानी सबको अच्छी लगती है, but maybe you are eating the poison. So we came with another technology that the mandate is there by our government and the Prime Minister that you have to increase the farmers' income. So hydroponics technology, with hydroponics technology, you can increase somehow income, but we came with the formula where you can harvest 2 incomes. Okay, so the crop solution is the aquaponics solution. Now, what is the aquaponics solution? If I combine aquaculture, fishiculture with the hydroponic system, then the solution is there. Means earlier in hydroponic system, I am pumping the nutrients from my side. You are getting it from the market. But here you are not getting it, the nutrients from the market. The waste of the fish, the excreta of fish is being converted into the nutrient elements, and then it is fed to the plants. Now this waste is, you can say, harmful for your fish. Now this is harmful for your fish, but it is boom for your plant. Means if such a balance is maintained between the fish and the crop, so that the excreta of the fish which generates the ammonia that is poison for the fish, that ammonia can be converted into the nitrate elements, and that nitrate elements are the basically nitrogenous elements that are required in form of, you can say, micronutrients for the plants. Then your cycle will be completed. Okay. See, I think you must be agree that nature has given us the complete cycle, but somehow we humans, we have broken that chain. So that's why we are facing the problem. So now what we have done is we have combined that chain, we have tied up that chain, and now we are saying that with this chain you can get the two things. Okay. So this is the basic principle behind it. Although this is not the new technology, same I will say, aquaponics is not the new technology, but this is not being adopted in India. In Kerala it is there, but those people, they are doing it in the fish ponds. Not the automated systems are not available, and then we thought of designing this system. Okay. Now this is the complete block diagram of the system that we have built. Clear? Now what we have seen, what we have done is we have taken 3 tanks. Each tank is of 18,000 liter capacity, and where we installed ECPH temperature sensors for all these tanks to individually measure the, because when the fish waste excreta, it comes out, the pH, EC, these parameters, they goes on higher side. Okay, sometimes the pH, it becomes lower and it becomes acidic, which is again harmful for the fish, because you see fish is a live thing. So as we humans require all these parameters to be stable, and fish also require it to be stable. So we designed this system. I will show you in the video. And these are the core modules, where this is the electronics that we have designed, and this is the dimensions of the structure. These are the 3 tanks that you can see. And the hanging, these are the sensors that are hanged into these ponds. Okay. So now I will take just apology for this, because earlier presentation has taken too much time, and I want that this idea may also come in your mind. So now these are the pictures on my right hand side that you can see of the developed system. Okay. And now you see the capacity of this system. Earlier, the first system we developed, it was for 180 plants. Then we shifted to 1100. Now this is the plant with the capacity of 2200 number of plants you can grow. Okay. So these are the sensors in electronics that we have used, ECPH, oxygen. And now here we have experimented the different thing. Now we didn't design all the things from the scratch. We focused on the latest technology, and the problem that we were facing, because this was, you can say, in 300-meter area, this structure is there. So in 300-meter area, the problem persists was how to get the signals to the control unit from the sensors, because sensors are either 100, 200, and 300 meters. So this was the major challenge. Then what we thought, now here we thought of using the CAN technology, okay, controller area network technology that we have planned. And in CAN technology, only 2 wires are used. And now your CAN technology is used in latest automatic vehicles, your cars, your automatic braking systems, your lights, your ABS, okay, and your airbags all are working on a CAN controller network. Means only 2 wires are getting all signals of your car. Now you can see how much electronics is there in your cars. So we plan to take it on the CAN network. And display systems, all these control networks, we started with the Raspberry Pi. Okay, and you see this Raspberry Pi is a very, very helpful. It acts as a, you can say, a mini computer, I will say. You just load the OS and start working on it. Now these are the sensor modules which were individually developed. You can see all these sensor modules. And the another positive point for this system is this is self-calibrated. There is no need that somebody will go and calibrate it. You just press the button, it will start auto-calibrating. Okay, these are the 3 sensors. actuation unit that we have developed here. And this is the GUI. Now you can see the GUI, which is developed for all these three tanks. Temperature, oxygen, pH, and EC. All these tanks, it is coming, status of the pumps. And here what we planned is, because this is developed in the Punjab, and in Punjab the summer conditions, they are very harsh. So we control the temperature and the humidity of the polyhouse also, so that your crop, it can be healthy. Okay. Now just give me the time. I will show again you the aquaponics facility. Let me share.
Sir,
Yes, yes.
sir, you have shown the video previously. Can you, if it is in YouTube, can you share the link in the chat box, sir?
Okay, okay. I will share. No problem, dear. I
Yeah,
will
thank
share
you,
it
sir.
with Dilip ji, means the team in the slide. Okay. And
Yeah,
they
yeah,
will share. Oh, if time persists, then definitely I will share. No problem. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, sir. Thanks.
हाँ जी
And
डॉक्टर साहब
Dr.
नमस्कार
Saab, namaskar, sir.
और की हाल चाल
Sir, all well.
थैंक यू सर थैंक यू फॉर योर enlightened lecture and you are really doing a great job for Indian farmers and
Sir,
it is
thank you,
really a
sir.
pleasure for us that you are a speaker of this session
Thanks a
and
lot, sir. It is all because of you. When you gave me the call, then I thought, sir, I must go to this platform and share my research work so that it may go to the grassroots level. Otherwise, we don't think
Yeah.
that we get such platforms.
Yeah, most of the participants are from all over the India and this really knowledgeable and informative videos and your lecture and I hope they are really benefited out of it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
And if any participant has any question, sir, you can please check the chat box and if I think some of the inquiries are there.
Sir, after this video, I will go directly to the chat box and
Okay,
I will
okay, sir.
clear the queries. This
Okay,
video I am sharing because otherwise it will take time.
Okay, no problem, no problem. Please proceed.
Participants, this is the aquaponics facility that we have developed. I think the screen has been shared. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Maybe you may not get the voice, and I will take the voice over on my own. Now, this is the polyhouse that is again developed, and it is same as that of Solon. And the things that is added here are the tanks that you can see. अरे एक मिनट मैं अभी करता हूँ तेरे को ठीक है. And now in this video, you can see that this is the aquaponics. I think you may not be able to clearly see the fishes are there in the tanks. In the diagonal tanks, the fishes are there and the crops that you can see. Are you able to see the fish? Very small black spots in water tanks.
Yes, yes, sir. We are
Okay,
able.
okay. Now you can see the fishes. These are the fishes in the tanks, and each tank has a capacity of 18,000 of liters. And this is one of our team member, Shavinder Singla ji, and he is showing you how the spinach is going on. पालक जानते हैं ना आप, ये पालक देखो बिल्कुल starting में है, where we are not adding any nutrients. Nutrients are being used from the excreta of the fish. Now you can see here there are 3 tanks. We have experimented it for 3 fishes. It is tilapia, pangas, and quocarp. And the facility, this facility is available at Guru Angad Dev Veterinary and Animal Sciences University. This is in Ludhiana, Gadwasu. Okay. If somebody is from Gadwasu, you can go to the fishery departments and see this facility. Now here is this is the main principle. Here what we are doing is we are getting the excreta here into these biofilter tanks where the excreta is being converted into the nitrates. Okay, these nitrates are the nitrogenous elements. Means यहाँ पे हम उसका fertilizer बनाते हैं सारा. This is natural process. Now you see how the pumps are pumping the water, nutrient-rich water into the system. And what we had planned is, because these are the closed gullies, oxygenation is required. And with natural process, we are providing the oxygenation. Means we are not taking the whole water into the gullies. The same water is being fed back into the tanks also. So that when your water circulates, the oxygen, it is being enriched into the water. This is all CDEC team. This is tilapia, common carp. Now, this is the NFT technique which we have used. I was already talking about the NFT. This is the most successful technology. Now, you can see here how we have used. Now, this is the GUI which is developed. It is developed using the Raspberry Pi and the touchable screen, that is 7-inch Raspberry Pi screen is there. And actuation unit, here we have used the relays and the contactors are there so that the motor and pumps can be switched on and off as per the GUI developed. Now see how the system, it is showing the values and the status of the pumps already being there. Now here what we have added extra is we have controlled the temperature conditions, humidity conditions of the polyhouse so that the crop can be taken healthy. This is the fan pad system that is used for the cooling of this polyhouse. You can see how the water is flowing into these gullies. Now, here the big achievement for this project is this is being inaugurated by Shri Sanjay Dhotre ji. He is Union Minister of Education, Communication, Electronics and IT. He came here to inaugurate this project and handed over this project to Gadwasu. So just I have a glimpse of their inauguration. This is here Shri Sanjay Dhotre ji is sitting and our director sir Dr. P.K. Khosla ji is sitting with Mantri ji. So because due to COVID, this inauguration ceremony, it was done virtually. So it was inaugurated by sitting at Mohali and live data was coming to CDEC Mohali from Gadwasu, Ludhiana. Means at 100 kilometers, we were getting the live data of all these systems. This is here you can see the Vice Chancellor of the Gadwasu University. and thanking to CDAC Mohali for giving such a facility that is not available in India, automated system. And we got the letter of appreciation for Vasu also. This is our, he is our Director General, CDAC, Dr. Himmat Darwari. He was also present at the time. And these are the final concluding remarks by Shri Sanjay Dhotre ji, Minister Sir, for this project for the farmer community. And this is all about this technology. I think this is over from my side. If you, I will take the questions, and if any time persists, then definitely 2 to 3 slides are there, which I will like to share with you. Interesting, sir. Interesting, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Mohammad Junaid Khan. Dr. Reddy, thank you. And I will start it from the starting chat. Good morning to all. Interesting. Yes, yes. Yes, no audio in the video. It is not there because I don't know why is it so. I will share the links. Just give me the time. I will share the link so that on YouTube you may see all these things. Okay. We will watch that. Okay, no problem, no problem, sir. Any other? What are the research topics to be focused by electronics and instrumentation okay. Okay, good question. Being an electronics engineer, you have to focus now. See, in my future, in future aspects, what we are doing is now we got the recent project for 1.6 crore to develop the this hydroponic system at Northeast at 3 locations. And now what we are doing is we are making it IoT based. Okay. Means you just being an electronics engineer, if you are developing it for the you can say research community, then you have to give each and every parameter for this. Okay, so that they may be able to share it with the farmers that with this crop right now what the requirement is. Suppose I have to grow the tomato. With tomato, what is the value of EC? What is the value of pH? Means for cabbage, what are the values? These values are required right now so that the fully automated systems, AI based systems can be designed. This is now the need of the hour right now. So you young people, if you are there, you can design the AI based systems if you get the database for this. Okay. And what is the cost of NFT system setup? This is the question from I think from Rashmi Ranjan. Okay, Rashmi Ranjan ji, the cost of the setup is if it depends on how much automation you are pouring into the system. And if I generally talk about the system that we have developed, it is nearly, you can say 300 to 500 square feet, 500 per square feet cost is there. Okay. This is for the fully automated system to be indigenously developed, because the development cost is not too much. Electronics we can develop, but the cost of all these greenhouse system and the pipes, gully systems, it is not in our hands. Okay, this is the market cost. Can we grow organic manure instead of nutrients, sir? I think agriculture scientists can give better answer. But yes, you can do alone instead of nutrients, sir, but that manure, organic manure, cannot be used in your hydroponic systems. So you have to design on your own. What you can do, you can take your NPK, you can take in a solid form, and if you know how the formula based on their concentration and based on their atomic mass, then you can calculate it. It's a very tidy process. If you want to use it in hydroponics, I would suggest right now you can go towards the ready-made solutions. Then slowly you can switch it. Then Dr. Hemant Sahu, thank you so much for your valuable and informative session. Can you share the list of suitable crops, variety, NFT? Okay, in NFT, you can grow any of the leafy vegetables. There is no problem. You can go for cucumber, you can go for tomato, everything, but you can't grow like mango, you can't grow. Fruits you can't grow. And another thing is the crops which are in the roots that you can't grow in the NFT system. And then again, another question is, can you give us optimal parameters of different crops? Sir, Rashmi Ranjanji, you can say 1 point formula for temperature, EC and pH is always try to maintain your EC between, I will say 5.8 to 6.5. Mostly all of the crops can survive this pH value. And for EC value, you can go for 1 to 1.2 millisiemens. And temperature, optimum temperature is nearly 23 to 28. If I think every crop grow in this temperature, but if you want to grow specifically summer and the winter vegetables, then definitely you will have to give that temperature. If somebody says, sir, I want to grow kesar, then kesar will not grow here. Okay, then you have to give the minus temperature conditions, but NFT system has the capability to grow the kesar. Kashmiri kesar can be grown. Okay, sir, we have seen these. This is question from Renuka. These methods for tomato, spinach, cauliflower, but we have such projects for beans. Yes, ma'am. Your creepers, it can be there, no problem. And see, you have to see one thing while designing the system. Just ask your customer, sir, which kind of crop you want. Because what I have seen, some people, they are saying, sir, I want the cauliflower. Okay, but what they are planning is they plan very small gullies and the plants which require larger roots. And if you confine those plants into the smaller gullies, then that plant will not give you the better fruit. Okay, your fruit size will remain small. So this you have to choose. Can we grow grapevine, sir? Yes, sir. Yes. Give the ECPH values which are required, then you can grow. There is no issue. Any other questions from the audience? And just give me time in chat. I will let me share the YouTube links of all these videos. Sir, time hai abhi na?
Yes, sir, we have time up till 11:30. So you can.
Okay. Give me 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes. Let me share. And it's my request to all of you, please do share this technology within your circle so that people may come to know that such and such